What's happening, crypto traders and investors? This is Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Going to dive into XRP in this video today. Today is Tuesday, October 4th. Got an interesting chart that I want to overlay here. It's the Bitcoin all-time price history index over the XRP chart. There's some striking similarities, and going to go over the road to $28 or even $100, what we can expect in terms of timeline there for XRP. I know it sounds like a stretch. It always seems impossible until it happens. But if Bitcoin can go from mere pennies to $70,000 on 21 million supply, surely XRP can go from mere pennies to $28 or even $100. We know that the max supply is 100 billion. So probably not going to get to $70,000 for one XRP, but I think that $28 and $100 is definitely realistic, and I'll break that down and my thoughts and opinions on timelines and what to expect. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe and tick the bell to be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Just a quick reminder as well, I am giving away a gold membership to the Power Group community that will be taken on, the draw will be on Monday, October 10th, so Thanksgiving here in Canada. And you can just click on this link. If you go to the Power Group YouTube channel, click on community, go here, click on this YouTube video, and just drop a comment there, and you'll be entered for a chance to win that annual membership to the Power Group community. But I did do a post on this strikingly similar XRP action compared to Bitcoin's all-time history index, and I've overlaid the blue charts with the XRP historical chart. And by this logic, we could expect alt season for this year to begin around November, December of this year, 2022, and we could see about a $5 to $7 XRP sometime around March, April, peaking in there as well, 2023. So maybe the case does go to trial and we see Ripple win. So we know that the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, actually said when he was teaching at MIT that it might be the courts, the Supreme Courts, that decide whether or not XRP is a security or a currency. And this could go the whole 9 yards, right? And John Deaton did say that the latest that this case would end is around April/May 2023. $28 XRP sometime around December 2023 and February 2024. We know that Ripple is going to IPO and go public as well after the end of this case with the SEC. And it's saying that we could potentially see $100 by 2029. And I'll just bring this up here. So if we take a look at the all-time history index for Bitcoin price in the blue chart with those blue bars, strikingly similar move. You can see here that we pulled back at the exact same time when we initially started that parabolic run, and then we didn't, right down to the second of the day, the minute, it wasn't exactly verbatim, but you can see here that the overall trend is the same. We even had a short pop here shortly thereafter, but Bitcoin's just continued its ascent, whereas I think XRP is a little bit more manipulated, so it was held back a little bit more, just like we know that we've been held back in this recent bull market because of the SEC lawsuit and their tactics to slow Ripple down, right, and to slow XRP down, because really they are the threat to the incumbents, right, to the JP Morgans, to the Wall Street bankers, to all these big financial institutions. XRP is looking to revamp the banking system, right? So this is their biggest threat, and that's why they want to slow it down. But you can see here it eventually caught back up and did a similar type of move. We had another consolidation period here, which lined up exactly with XRP's, and then another huge push for one more blow off top there into 2017 and 2018. And then we saw a long drawn out accumulation period. And look how strikingly similar that is, right? And by this logic, it says that right now we could expect over the next couple of months, so over the next 1, 2, maybe even 3 months, we break to potential all-time highs, right? Where we start to trend back up again, just like here. We didn't follow it to the second, the minute, the day, but the overall trend in a macro perspective was following it verbatim, right? So if we expect something similar, it's saying here that we could see by November, December, we start to trend back up to 52-week highs, and then maybe even all-time highs. And then it's saying into, like I said, into 2024, we could see potential for $28 XRP, right? $27, $28. And then it's saying here by this logic, maybe sometime in 2028, 2029, we see $100 XRP, which would also line up well with, the 2025. We know that the ISO 20022 is going to be going live by 2025. So that'll be something to watch out for as well. But I do think that we also have the Bitcoin happening in 2024. But I do think that the markets are going to go through a massive bear period here over the next couple of years. What I think is going to happen is we're likely going to set new all-time highs on XRP. I think somewhere around the $8 to $11 area is realistic, and that could happen, like I said, sometime between now and March, April of next year in 2023. and then, like I said, maybe see a brief consolidation period, come back down to that $3 to $5 area, and then ascend higher up to around that $20 to $30 area. And that could line up well with a Ripple IPO as well, right? And we could potentially see the whole financial system revamped. We know that fiat currencies around the world, we know that Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, and many others potentially coming. We know that Kevin O'Leary said that he believes that a wipeout of big players in the crypto industry is a good thing for crypto. We know Voyager, we know Celsius went belly up, and now Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank, which they have about, I think, $3 trillion of assets under management collectively between the two, are on the brink of collapse. This is potentially what he was referring to here, but this could be that last final capitulative movement and moment in the crypto space before we see one final move and blow off top, in my opinion. We also have Flare Networks launching here around the end of the year here as well, over the next couple of months. So that will be a huge catalyst as well. And then also something to look for is the stock trade ban for Congress. It is being readied for the release in the U.S. House, and we could potentially see this happen and be the market top indicator, right? So if this does get passed, just like the Feds sold their stocks and banned themselves from owning stocks whenever we were at all-time highs, the same thing could be said about Congress. We need to see a relief rally, and we can't have an unmanipulated market because that would be shameful, right? So these Wall Street crooks and these people in Congress that are basically creating laws and owning these stocks that benefit from these laws, that in my opinion they should be behind bars, but that's obviously going to be a huge indicator for a market top being set, so that'll be something to watch out for. Also, the 2022 midterm election scheduled for November 8th, I think that we could potentially set a bottom in the stock market and in crypto market sometime around a week or two before the elections. And then we also have the interest rate, FOMC interest rates in November, and then another one in December. I think November, they may potentially just do a 25 basis point. Maybe they come in a little bit lower than expected. That will be bullish for the markets, but I do think that they will raise rates one more time. And then in December, I think they could pause rates altogether. And we know that the Bank of England is really struggling. They issued some warnings. We know that the pound, the euro is struggling. We know that Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, right? All of these confluences and indicators are pointing to the fact that we need to slow down and take the foot off the gas pedal, so to speak, and start to turn a little bit more dovish, and that could encourage them, the Feds, to either lower the interest rate hikes by quite a bit, or completely just leave it at zero, right? And that would obviously send the markets soaring. And Ripple CEO was also added. If you remember, Ryan Selkis used to work at Consensus, huge XRP and Ripple hater. We're finally starting to see the haters capitulate, right? And this is something that I've been saying for a while now that I think is going to continue to happen. We know that there was a bunch of amicus briefs that were filed from some of Ripple's customers saying that, they're definitely getting utility out of it. It's not a security in their mind. And we could even see other companies, like their other partners like Bank of America, Santander, we'll see. They could even file an amicus brief as well, which essentially is just friend of Ripple, friend of the court, and defending Ripple, right? And their stance. But if we take a look at XRP, like I said, I don't think we're going to get to $28 anytime soon. If it happens, great. If not, I do think that $8 to $11 is realistic. So if we just go to the fib levels here, if we take a look at the Fibonacci extension, if we take a look at Bitcoin, the fib extension that it hit from its 2017, 2018 all-time high down to the low here in 2019, you can see here that the fib extension of the 3.618 was met at about 62,000. We actually exceeded that. We almost hit the 4.236. But if we take a look at Ethereum, so Bitcoin did that, and Ethereum hit its 3.618 as well at $4,868. So if Ethereum and Bitcoin have already done it this cycle, and we know that XRP is being held back, why can't XRP do the same thing? And if we just bring up the chart here on Binance, a little less going on here, but that says if we just do what Bitcoin and Ethereum did, and keep in mind that XRP surpassed Ethereum in terms of market cap in 2018. So if XRP is the real threat to the banking system, and if Ethereum and Bitcoin got their 3.618 extensions met, that means that if XRP does the similar move, that would bring us up to around $12. So again, 2.618 is there around 8. So I think $8 to $12 before the end of this bull cycle is realistic. And then after we hit that $8 to $12 mark, I think that we would pull back somewhere around the $5 range, and then we potentially see another move up. And like I said, we see this play out over the course of the next couple of years. I don't think $28 is going to happen this cycle. Like I said, $8 to $12 is my peak this cycle. If $28 happens, sooner the better, great, but I'll take it. But like I said, being realistic, I think $8 to $12 this cycle. And then over the course of the next 1 to 2 years, we could see $28 XRP. And then over the course of the next, several years, so 5 to 10 years, we could see $100 XRP. And that would put us at about a $10 trillion valuation in terms of market cap. Keep in mind that if we do see the escrow as well, potentially get, maybe the escrow has to be forfeited or something like that. Maybe that Gary Gensler has said that, the central monopolists, so the banks, right, the central banks, maybe Ripple has to give away that escrow to central banks, right? So that could be something as well that maybe even the network, maybe they vote on burning that, right? So that's something that could happen as well. As long as 80% plus of the validators vote on that, that could happen because it is decentralized and it just needs 80% of a vote. So lots to be remain to be seen here with regards to the fundamentals, what's going to happen with regards to the escrow, what's going to happen with the SEC versus Ripple. But obviously, I think anybody with half a brain knows that Ripple is in the right here, they're on the right side of the law. They have the facts on their side, the truth on their side, and I think that after the SEC case is ended, it's either going to settle or Ripple's going to win, in my opinion. And at that point, Ripple will go IPO, they'll become public, and you'll be able to own XRP, the digital currency, and you'll also be able to own shares in Ripple, the private central company, right? So they're two very different things. Going to end it there, though. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you agree with me, disagree with me, I always love hearing from you. We'll continue the conversation in the comment section below. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Power Group. If you could smash the like, share the video with anybody that might find value, I'd appreciate it. See you again on the next video.